what you got here. This is interesting. Yeah, that's horrific without being pretentious. All right. Oh, so you're saying this one is? Let's see. Let's do this one again. Oh wow, yeah, that's awful. That's gonna play really well, I think. Okay, I'm gonna let you go take these down to the vault. I really appreciate it. You did a good job on that. Whoa, hello and greetings, my friends, and welcome once again to another edition of Nightmare Theater. I am, as always, your host, the Baron Von Doran, and I'm waiting, of course, for my manservant El Sapo de Tempesto.
Hey, boss, I'm here. You know what? It took the better part of the day, and it took a lot of implements, but I finally got the commode cleared out. I tell you what, I don't care what the diet people say, that's the last time I go on a high-fiber diet.
Sapo, that's all very interesting, but...
No, it wasn't interesting at all. Horrific is more the word you're looking for.
Okay, TMI. Did you bring a film for us tonight?
You know, I had my hands knee-deep in poopies. I forgot, but I'll tell you what, I'll run and get one. I got one. I know where it is. I'll run and get it.
Okay. Well, luckily I'm grown used to this, and I've set up a special film for us to watch first, a short by our friend Joel Robertson called The Damn Thing. So while you watch this and El Sapo gets a film, relax.
Sorry to have kept you.
It's necessary we be done with this tonight.
I wasn't avoiding the inquest. I was just busy preparing this story for my newspaper.
A different story from the one you're going to be telling tonight?
Different?
State your name.
William Harker.
You swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, or to the best of your recollection and knowledge?
I do.
So help you God?
So help me God.
You knew the deceased, Hugh Morgan?
I did.
You were with him when he died?
Near him.
How did that happen? You being there, I mean.
I explained how Mr. Morgan contacted me through my newspaper. He claimed to have evidence of some wild, strange beast stalking the woods near his home. Since I'm known as a journalist who specializes in such matters, my editor sent me to document Mr. Morgan's story. At first, Mr. Morgan's evidence seemed slim. What little he did show me, along with his inability to physically describe the beast, provided almost no material upon which I might write, and he seemed to be saving all his personal observations for himself. I'd given up hope that Mr. Morgan's claims were anything other than the ravings of a madman.
a minute, Mr. Harker. I'm not real sure about this. What type of animal did you say Mr. Morgan shot?
I didn't.
Was it the same animal that attacked him?
I don't know.
Did you ever see it?
No. There was nothing there to see. And as to the horrors that happened next, I can only imagine. I don't know what drove Hugh Morgan to hunt that damn thing. But I'm sure it is what also drove that thing to hunt him.
Gentlemen, we have no more evidence. Your duty has already been explained to you. If there's nothing more you wish to ask, you may now consider your verdict.
Just one question, Your Honor. Do people really pay to read the garbage that he makes up?
You know, the public would be very interested in the contents of Mr. Morgan's journal, just as you and I are.
I can assure you, Mr. Harker, that I, much like the public, have little interest in the ravings of a madman, which is something you might do well to remember when preparing your story.
The coroner's inquest to the demise of Hugh Morgan stated that he was attacked by a mountain lion and subsequently died of his injuries. Although Morgan's journal would have provided valuable insight as to what the thing was that killed him, it was, no doubt, destroyed along with his remains. And while the purpose of the inquest was to put the public mind at ease, the real truth as to what happened that day will forever be lost. Unless, that is, the damn thing should ever strike again.
Well, I gotta say, finding those films, you did a fine job. I'm thinking there may be more for you to do around here, some extra responsibility. There's something you'll
Hey,
like.
boss, guess what? I found a movie and I think you're gonna love it.
Oh, really? I'm afraid to ask. What's the film?
It's The Bloody Pit of Horror.
Bloody.
Hey, pal. Need nothing from you. You watch your mouth now.
Bloody Pit of Horror. You
Right.
talking about the Italian film?
I
Bloody
am.
Pit, starring Mickey Hargitay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, Sapo. I don't know.
Mickey Hargitay's a great actor. What are you talking about? You ever see him in Speedos?
Yeah, I've seen him in Speedos, unfortunately.
I bet you.
You know, 1955, he was Mr. Olympia.
I did not know
He
that.
brought bodybuilding sort of to the forefront of the culture in America. Kind of a pre-Schwarzenegger kind of guy.
There you go.
He was, of course, married to Jane Mansfield, which was probably what he's most famous for. And
I did not know that.
between the two of them, they never made many great films, but they did produce one good thing. That
What
was
was that?
actress Mariska Hargitay's, their daughter, the one who's on Law and Order SVU,
Wow.
and the Emmy winner. So I guess we're going to watch Mickey Hargitay in Bloody Pit of Horror, starring a bunch of models and some Italian. I don't know. It's a terrible movie. Anyway, why don't you sit back, relax, and enjoy Bloody Pit of Horror here on Nightmare Theater.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for the show. Once again, thank you for coming to our theater tonight. Have an enjoyable evening. The refreshment stand will remain open for a short time. Still plenty of time to get a snack or cold drink. We'll make an announcement before the stand closes to give you plenty of time to get that last-minute treat.
On this 5th day of December in the year of our Lord 1648, by virtue of the power vested in us by our noble sovereign, this tribunal of hereby sentences you, the crimson executioner, to death. You will die by one of the very instruments you devised to torture and kill your innocent victims. You dared to take into your own hands the laws of both God and man. You set yourself up as both judge and executioner. You caused inhuman suffering and took life not from any sense of justice, but from hatred and self-gratification. You showed no mercy to your victims, and no mercy will be shown to you.
You'll never kill me. Move along. I'll return and be avenged. Turn around. You fools. All of you. I am the Crimson Executioner. This day shall be written in blood. No man can judge me. I am the supreme law. I shall have my revenge.
The seal of this tribunal will entomb forever both your body and your evil soul. Let no man dare to break the seal. You are accursed, eternally damned, as are these dungeons, as is this castle that has witnessed such indescribable horrors. Your castle will stand throughout the centuries as a reminder of the barbarism and cruelty committed within its walls. May the dust of time not erase from the memory of man the infamy of the Crimson Executioner.
Ah. Not bad. This seems exactly what we've been looking for.
From here, it looks great. Just what we need.
I think we should be able to wrap up our work here in a day.
This'll look good.
Come on, Nancy. Gosh, I'm stiff from that long ride.
It's made to order.
Yeah.
What a view.
Hey, we don't want to lose you.
Sure looks gloomy. How would you girls like to have a castle this old to live in?
You'd have to be a creep to live in a place like this.
I'd love to have a house like this all for myself. Imagine the peace and beauty of living all alone here.
You're a funny one, all right.
All right, girls.
Wonder what it looks like inside.
What's wrong? Are you tired?
I don't know what it is, Perry. I just feel very uneasy.
No. Susie.
Let me alone, Raoul.
Don't be like that, baby.
Everybody will see us.
Have it your way.
Are you all dead?
Lay you any odds you want, our dear publisher will wind up saying, this place isn't suitable after all. Let's go home.
Hello, is everybody out?
If they're all out, how can anyone be in the house?
The brain has spelled it out.
I'm not just a dumb blonde, you know.
Who says you're a blonde?
Must be in.
Hello, why doesn't anybody answer? Maybe nobody lives here. What a nuisance. Someone should have told me the castle's empty. We might as well try to get in anyway. Maybe one of the boys could scale that wall.
That's a job for Tarzan.
Who's going to volunteer to climb the wall?
Okay. Here comes Uncle Perry, the greatest acrobat in the world.
He's a good boy. I bet he gets us inside.
Yeah, you're right. 3 years for unlawful breaking and entering.
Take care, Perry.
Max! You owe me a bonus for this little stunt, a double whiskey.
What about that?
I still think you're playing with fire.
You should know me by now. I'm not the kind of man to let obstacles get in my way. I'm a man of action.
Well, what do we do now?
We follow the leader. What else?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the old family.
Let's go.
Hey, what a funny place this is. Looks like a Frankenstein film set.
You Hawaiians are far too impressionable, Kinuyo.
Raoul? 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 You idiot! Why must you play these childish jokes all the time? Raoul. Raoul, take off that silly costume.
These uninhabited castles always have their family skeletons.
Uninhabited? There's not a trace of dust around here.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm very sorry. Nobody answered the doorbell, and we thought the castle was empty. Could we speak to the owner? I'd like a word with him about a business matter. Could you take us to him?
Follow me.
Let's go.
The rest of you wait in there.
This is Jeff Conaway, and you're watching Nightmare Theater.
Because so many Americans think getting drunk is fun, we thought you might like to join us in the national drinking game. Just answer yes or no to the following 10 questions. Do you talk a lot about drinking?
Only when I'm awake.
Do you drink more than you used to?
I try to.
Do you gulp your drinks?
Only out of a glass.
Do you often take a drink to feel better? Do you drink alone?
Only if I'm stuck.
Do you ever forget what you did while you were drinking? Do you keep a bottle hidden somewhere for quick pick-me-ups?
How does he know?
Do you sometimes start drinking without really thinking about it?
Sometimes.
Do you need a drink to have fun?
I do now.
Do you ever take a drink in the morning to relieve a hangover?
Uh-huh.
Congratulations. If you had 4 or more yes answers, then you may be one of over 9 million Americans with a drinking problem.
And here it is, the greatest advance in television since color television itself. The ultimate in performance and convenience. 7-function, remote-control color television, so beautiful it enhances any decor. Superb cabinetry, master-crafted of the finest woods. But the outstanding feature of this great new color set, the one big feature that sets it apart, is an amazing new wireless wizard electronic remote control. So perfected, you can operate every control, all 7 functions, and each function is completely variable. Take the remote unit from its handy storage space, and you're set for hours of pure pleasure. Enjoy your favorite programs, black and white or color. Turn the set on, select your channel, see all color shows in living color. Once you've adjusted fine-tuning for each channel, to change channels, press this bar. See all regular programs in crisp, clear, black and white. This selector button changes channels clockwise, in ascending order, to pre-selected local channels. While this front window channel indicator lets you know at a glance what channel you're viewing, even from across the room. This button changes channels counterclockwise to lower numbered stations. When you want to turn off picture and sound, just press this button. Yes, here is the ultimate in television. a supreme achievement in television engineering. A set where the pride of ownership is truly second only to the pleasure.
Right now, as you're watching this program, suppose you suddenly heard the wail of the alert. Would you know what to do? First, keep calm. Panic simply wastes valuable time. Gather all canned goods, blankets, and extra clothing. Don't forget a flashlight, a can opener, portable radio, and extra batteries. Fill all available bottles with water. Take everything to the shelter. If no shelter is available, go to a basement corner without windows. Stay inside your shelter until you're told it's safe to leave. You could have made things easier for yourself by preparing all these things before the emergency occurred. In any disaster, your livestock need protection too. In case of nuclear attack, radiation is as dangerous to animals as it is to people. A good animal shelter is a 2-story basement-type barn with a hay-filled loft. You can get better protection by piling hay along the sides of the building. This gives more shielding, and shielding cuts the radiation danger. Remember, the important point about radioactive fallout is shielding. More shielding between you and the radiation, more protection. In an emergency, shelter your livestock, then take shelter yourself.
Are you experiencing science pattern baldness? Is hair loss getting in the way of your important research? Have your experiments been failing due to falling follicles? Now, there's an answer.
The Consortium of Genius presents Dr. Pinkerton's Hair Club for Scientists.
Simply take 15 of the specially formulated, scientifically enhanced hair regenerating pills a day, and in a few months, you'll experience a level of hair growth unheard of since 1987. Warning, do not exceed daily recommended dosage. And robots appreciate it too.
Thanks, Dr. Pinkerton. Can I go now?
Our products are tested extensively on cute, furry little animals, so we know they'll be safe on you.
Mr. Squirrel, are you going to submit quietly, or are you going to have to retrench as a... Get me out of here! I'm being meant to society!
Prolonged use may lead to dizziness, trouble breathing, and loss of sight. Consult your physician to find out whether Pinkerton's hair formula for scientists is right for you, especially if you are just a guy dressed up as a scientist.
Pinkerton Hair Formula for Scientists is scientifically proven to regrow hair against both the divine intent of the Almighty and the mighty forces of nature, or your money back.
And remember, not only am I the president of the Hair Club for Scientists, but I'm also a scientist!
Also available, Hair Club for Mad Scientists.
And not only am I a scientist, but I'm also a mad scientist!
To order, simply pick up the phone and dial any number. We'll eavesdrop on your phone call and rush you a bottle of Pinkerton's Hair Formula for Scientists. Offered not valid in Transylvania or legal in all 50 states. Supplies limited. Order today or face the horrible, horrible consequences.
I'm Joe Bob Briggs, and this is Nightmare Theater. You're in trouble now.
Stop where you are. How dare you force your way into my castle like this? What do you want here?
I want to apologize. We didn't think anyone lived here, that's all.
It's no excuse for trespassing. I don't like having my privacy disturbed.
I'm sorry, sir. You're quite right. My name is Parks. I'd like to explain. We've been scouting for suitable locations to photograph material for book jackets. I'm a publisher.
That's no concern of mine.
Look here, I'd like to show you one of my books. I'm preparing an anthology of horror.
He told you to stay where you were.
We took the liberty of coming in here, only because no one answered our knocking at the door.
I don't like intrusion. I insist that you leave my castle immediately.
Could you make just one exception? We've been on the road for several days. Everybody's so tired.
I don't want any visitors here.
I'd be only too glad to pay, of course.
Pay? Now you're beginning to annoy me, Mr. Parks.
I know my friend didn't mean to offend you, and we ask you to forgive us.
You and your practical jokes. Ralph.
Hey.
On your feet, everybody. We've been told to shove off. The master of the house doesn't like having visitors around.
What? Again? Oh, no. Not after all I went through to get you in here.
So we're right back where we started. One castle's too modern, one's too old. Why don't we build our own and get it over with?
Susie, but wouldn't it cost an awful lot of money to build one, huh?
Oh, can't you change his mind? We're all tired.
Well, I'm tired, too. But we have no choice. We've been told to go, and that's it. Let's get moving quickly, huh?
Edith.
Wait. Perhaps I was a little too hasty, Mr. Parks. I'm not usually so inhospitable. I realize you must all be very tired. You see, I don't usually receive people. You can stay here overnight, but I'll have to ask you to leave first thing in the morning.
Thank you, sir. We really do appreciate your kind hospitality. Do you mind if we take a few pictures?
All right. But please remember, I don't like to be disturbed. My servants will show you the chambers where you can do your work.
Perfect. Let's get to work, girls. We mustn't waste any time. Go and change quickly. Dermot, you'd better check out the setting we need. Edith, you go along with him. Good girl.
Come on, Edith.
Don't go near the dungeons. They're absolutely out of bounds for everybody.
Okay, we won't. Get moving, Dermot. We're in a hurry.
I'll bet Max will flip over this one. Can you imagine finding a thing like this here? Wasn't it lucky?
I'll take credit for that. I found it.
Yeah.
Food for everybody.
Hey, Max, I want a bonus for finding this thing.
All right, we'll see about the bonuses. Now eat
It'll
quickly,
be
huh?
perfect for the Skeletrix series. Hey, that looks
Fine,
great.
boys, fine. But now let's get to work.
I'll take the food to the girls, right?
No, I'll take care of that myself.
What a picture this will make.
Oh, Max, why don't you ever knock?
Oh, come on. Now, what's all this nonsense? I'm just like a father to you girls.
Turn around. We have to get into our costumes.
Okay, have your little games, but hurry up. We haven't any time to fool around. We've got work to do.
You can turn around now if you want.
Edith, bring the girls downstairs. We can't afford to waste any time.
All right.
How's the food?
Terrible.
As usual.
Nah, bottle of wine, they call it. It tastes like water.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? But I know where we can find real wine. I discovered where the cellar is. Come on, I'll show you.
See ya.
Come on, Barry.
You know, Perry, I wouldn't mind being the owner of this castle.
You can have it. It gives me the creeps.
Skeletons don't have nerves. What do you mean it gives you the creeps? You'll wake up the ghosts. Come on. This way.
Now, don't breathe. Perfect like that. All right. Hold the pose. I want to take another shot. Edith, hand me the other camera, will you? Thanks. Now, don't move, darling. Hold it. You make a beautiful corpse, you do. Just keep it. That's right. Perfect.
It's no fun being dead. Nobody ever said it was. You mean it? You were very convincing.
Okay, gang,
Just
come on. Let's
imagine
get ready
what
for the
Daddy
next
will
one.
say when he sees this photo. Go and change now. Yeah.
Okay, Susie, it's your turn now.
Sure, here I am, but where's Perry? He's in it too.
Here I am. Your personal skeleton, always ready to die at the hands of a beautiful woman.
No,
How are you
things
going to
will
change
change.
Annie's first? That's fine with me.
You're never around when you're needed.
Right, but look what I dug up for you.
Oh.
I'll go.
That'll work.
Rick, can I have your knife a minute? Thanks. Pinocchio, what is it?
Just a little homesick, I guess.
Are you all asleep over there? Get behind that camera, Dermot.
Come on, sweetie.
Hold it. Now, Nancy, honey, give me the feeling of a cat. You know what I mean. Meow.
Meow.
Meow. No, Nancy, that's too domesticated. I want you to think wild, fierce. Meow.
Meow.
Meow. Can't you think like an alley cat? For instance, you're about to fight another cat for a fish head or something.
Meow.
No, Nancy, that's the intellectual approach. You'll never be an alley cat. Let's try something else. I've got an idea. There. Now, raise your leg up. Up, 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 up. That's it. That's it. Now, imagine you're floating in the air like a thistle blown by the wind. That's it. Beautiful. No, not like that. You've got to go up. Gently. That's right, baby. Now hold it. No. Can't you keep that arm over your head? Now everything's in place. Arm, leg, head, everything. Now don't move. Come on, Nancy. Get that lovely foot of yours up like a feather, like a thistle blown by the wind.
No, I can't, Dermot. It's too heavy. I can't.
Oh, do it for me, baby. Let's fly together. Hold it. Hold it. Camera about here. There.
Dermot, can we take a break for a few minutes?
No, we've got to be finished before morning. Put the spots over there.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
I'd like to see the owner of the house.
It's not possible. My master doesn't want to be disturbed.
But tell him...
I said it's impossible.
Your master has a right to his privacy, but that's no way to speak to a lady.
Rick. You met the owner of the house. What's he like?
It's difficult to say, really. He was half hidden behind a table. Have you noticed the windows? They're all barred. What a strange place. If I was still a reporter, I bet I could discover a lot of interesting facts about this castle.
Rick, but why are you wasting your time on horror stories? You should be doing the kind of work you were cut out for, reporting.
I guess you're right, but I'm a little lazy. I've been taking the easy way out by doing this. I started out with the usual dreams and found out there's more money in writing this kind of commercial book. Edith, I realize I'm being indiscreet, but why did you want to speak to the owner of the castle?
Just curiosity. Nothing more than that.
Everything's ready, Dermot. Can I go?
Not more in a few minutes, though. Time's running short.
You bet. Come on, Susie.
Don't pull me like that.
Then come on.
But where?
Oh, come on.
Okay, I'm all set. Everybody out of the way. That's right. Hold that pose, Perry. Don't move. I'll be done in a minute. Now, here we go.
Oh, no!
Oh, my God.
You know, Mittens has really upped his game lately. He's like putting you to shame. I mean,
Oh, is that a fact?
It is, really. I've actually decided to give him a new segment out here on the show.
Oh, really? Well, why don't we just take a look at this?
Okay, I'm going to throw it over to him. And here we go with Mittens' musical moments.
Hey kids, we got something completely different. I ain't got any more candy, but we got I'm Schizophrenic by the New Dunkin' Imperials. And here's a dance montage. Schizophrenic.
Enjoy the weekend with your family. And worship at the church of your choice this weekend.
Before the feature starts, you still have 5 minutes to look over the menu.
So, please reply.
Coming soon to this theater, a ghastly, ghoulish, and totally incredible motion picture. The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. This is Wandesa, queen of the vampires and Satan's favorite mistress. Werewolves and vampires will reign supreme, and things will happen that have never been seen by human beings. Your blood will boil and your flesh will crawl. No one can escape the vampires, and no one can run from the werewolves. If you can take it, see the most sensational fight to the finish ever filmed. See the Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman.
Astronaut Stephen West was returning from outer space. But something terrible had happened.
His mind is so completely decomposed.
We've got to find him. Stephen West had turned into the Incredible Melting Man. The Incredible Melting Man is the first new horror creature. Come prepared. Rated R.
This is a barbaric experience in the most grotesque sense. You will see supernatural beings caught up in the rampage of gory brutality, and it will shock you and jolt you more than you would ever expect. Creatures living for synthetic green blood. They walk by night and take part in gruesome, unholy acts of savagery. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. The scene so frightening that your mind will not be able to accept what you see. But don't say we didn't warn you. The mad doctor of Blood Island is coming your way soon. And he's waiting for you. Why don't you pay him a visit? No appointments are necessary. But bring along your courage. You will need it. Yes, indeed.
The sinful dwarf, a depraved psychotic misfit crazed by the charms of young girls and luring them from the city streets into a hellish snake pit.
My son will show you the room. Oh, Peter, I don't want to stay here. What do you think of that blonde girl?
The sinful dwarf, a tantalizing bride trapped in a web of terror.
Last night I heard noises.
Were you snoring?
No. And today people have been walking in and out of that door at the end of the corridor.
Have you seen my wife?
It's left. You wanted to see what was in here. Well, now's your chance. I've got a new girl you might be interested in.
Watch out for it. The sinful dwarf. Admission restricted.
Raoul, didn't you hear that yell?
I didn't hear anything at all. Come along.
Where are you taking me?
You'll find out.
Look at that. What is it?
I don't know. Maybe it was an old torture cell. You know these old castles. Nothing in it.
Let me alone, Raoul. I'm scared.
Susie. Susie.
Come, Canullo. Staying here won't help any. Come with me.
There's no point in disturbing my master. He's been informed already of what has happened down here. And he hopes that you will all remain calm.
The rope was badly worn, Rick. We overlooked that, I'm afraid.
Well, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. We'll see.
Remember, Rick, even the master of the house suggested that we keep calm. Tomorrow we notify the police.
What do you mean, tomorrow?
Listen, after all, it was only an accident. A tragic one, but an accident. And besides, it's too late now.
Look, Max, this double talk leaves me cold. What do you really mean?
Well, I'm an editor. You've got to see my point. I've a deadline to meet.
I know exactly how you feel, girls. But we must finish our work before daybreak.
With poor Perry lying dead?
Oh, it's a big tragedy. You know, Perry was like a son to me. Don't you think I have a heart like the rest of you?
How do I know? I never had a chance to see it.
Perry would have known what I meant.
Yeah, but he's dead, and I want to go on living.
I'll double your salary.
My life's worth more than that.
Triple it.
Okay, it's a deal. Me too.
Then let's get back to work. Where's Susie?
I think she went off with Raoul.
It's just like her. They always disappear at the wrong moment. We'll worry about her later. Let's go back to work now.
Well, I thought I'd seen just about everything. But this kind of bargaining is really more than I can stand.
Rick, look at this.
Huh? What is it?
It's the negative of the photograph I took right when the accident occurred.
Oh, Perry. What a terrible thing. What's this? What's that strange shadow near the frame of the door? It almost looks like a man's head.
Yes, it does. That's exactly what I thought. But it just can't be. Still, it does look like a man's head with a hood on.
Will it show up more clearly on the print?
It should. We'll see in a minute. I've done the best I could. Of course, it's only a small detail. There. This is the maximum enlargement I can make here. Of course, it's still not very clear.
Now, this doesn't help us very much, I'm afraid. It's hardly at all visible. Huh? Do you think the negative could have been defective?
No, it was perfect.
May I see that photograph? I heard about the accident that took place tonight. A most appalling accident.
Unfortunately, it's blurred.
Yeah, it was out of focus.
Perhaps this will sound strange, but I've something to tell you that may provide an explanation of the shadow in your photograph. Have you ever heard of the Crimson Executioner?
Who did you say? The Crimson Executioner.
He was a maniac and a killer who was put to death for his crimes centuries ago. He was buried in his own castle.
What you don't know is that this is the castle where the Crimson Executioner lived and died. When I came here, the castle had been uninhabited for centuries. For me, it was ideal because I desired solitude. Everybody else feared the curse that had been placed on it. When they sealed up his tomb, the Crimson Executioner swore that he would avenge himself. He was a man of extraordinary physical strength, obsessed by an ideal of purity. For centuries, he was entombed. There in the dungeons, and only a seal has protected mankind from his supernatural powers. If the shadow in the photograph is the Crimson Executioner, I fear anything might happen. I had to tell you.
see you two already know each other.
I've never had the pleasure. This is the first time I've seen this lady. I must retire now. I'm a creature of habit. I hope you will sleep well. Good night.
Edith, I know the accident upset you. You're terribly tired. What happened was a very bad shock for you. Stop crying now. Go to Canoe, hmm? Oh, she's been through more than the rest of us.
Do you think it's too daring?
No.
I bet Max will like it.
He always does.
Hi, girls. Has Susie come back yet?
No, maybe we should go on without her. She'll be along.
You'll make a big hit in that costume, Annie.
Won't I, too?
What? Oh, no. What's gotten into you? You mustn't hide those beautiful legs of yours.
They desecrated your world of beauty with their sordidness. The day of the Crimson Executioner has now come.
Well, I hope you're enjoying Bloody Pit of Horror here. It's been a rough year for those of us who are fans of film. We've lost a lot of great people this year, and we just want to take a few moments to acknowledge some of them. Some of them were acquaintances of ours, some of them were friends, some of them were people we never met, but we really enjoyed their work. So here they are, people we've lost.
Gallaghers, Connie Ann, 5 years old, and Colina Sue, 2.5, are a big help to Mother Luella, who is no mean hand with a handful of knives. Connie Ann is a veteran at being a target for her mother's cutlery and doesn't turn a hair at Ma's cut-ups, even though Ma's pretty sharp with the cleavers. But Connie's ready for a stand-in, and evidently Colina Sue has more trust in Mother's aim than the audience has. It takes a steady eye and a stout heart to heave knives at the apple of your eye. But this female William Tell has no qualms and plenty of faith. A near miss, but this miss says it's as good as a smile. Put yourself in her place. Well, I just tried, but gosh, I'm too bashful.
I've been wondering about the owner of this castle.
Well, if you want my opinion, I think he's slightly off his nut.
You would be, too. If you lived isolated in this place, you'd end up the same way he is. Hey, Dermot.
Yeah?
Look at this. This must be where the executioner was killed, if the legend is true.
What is it? It looks like a coffin.
No, it was a medieval instrument of torture. The infamous Iron Maiden.
Susie! What?
No one can dare say that this was an accident. Come on. Just as I thought, the rope wasn't worn. It was cut. At this point, there's only one explanation. Deliberate murder.
Deliberate murder? But why, Rick? It doesn't make any sense.
That's what we've got to find out. Any idea where Raoul is?
Raoul?
No, I don't mean he had anything to do with this. But perhaps he saw who did it. He was near Susie all the time. Here, take this. My car is the fastest we have. Go to the nearest police station and try and get help.
Okay, Rick, I will. But how about you? What are you going to do? Stay here? With a murderer at large, you're all in danger.
I know, but it's impossible to leave with things as they are. And we've got to find Raoul. He might have some evidence.
I'll be as fast as I can.
How much longer do we have to wait now?
We get paid. Why should you care?
Yeah, you get prettier by the minute, girls. Take a look at this, Max. I have a new idea. I don't want the girls to know this yet. Susie's been murdered.
What's that?
So you like the idea?
Oh, sure. It's great.
We'd better watch out. Dermot's already on his way to the police station. Don't tell the girls. They'd only get panicky.
But then Perry was killed, too.
We completely agreed.
Well, what do we do now?
I'll have a look around. You'd better stay with the girls. See you later.
What are you doing here?
I want to see your master right away.
No, he doesn't want to see anybody.
It's urgent that I see him no matter what, understand?
I said you can't see him.
Edith, what are you doing here?
I want you to see what I found. I'm sure you recognize her.
Edith, what's your portrait doing in this castle? Then you do know the owner.
Yes, Travis and I were engaged. Travis Anderson.
Isn't he the actor who disappeared several years ago?
Yes, he used to be a muscle man in costume films. It all happened so suddenly, so unexpectedly. He left without a word. He just vanished. He's always been a little strange. Even with me, he seemed so cold. Yet I'm certain that he really loved me. In all this time, I haven't stopped wondering why he ever disappeared like that. Now I found him here in this castle. I thought I recognized his voice, and now that I've found this, I know it's Travis. I must try to speak to him.
Edith, we have no time for that. You've got to trust me.
What is it?
I'll tell you later. Where's Canulio?
I left her downstairs when I went to find Travis.
There's not a moment to lose. We must find her.
What's happened, Rick?
Don't ask any questions. Hurry. We've got to reach the others. It's important that we all stay together.
But what's going on? I don't understand.
Canulio. Canulio. Canulio.
Watch out, Rick. Don't try to get any closer to me or you'll get killed. There's no escape for me, I know it. You must save yourselves while there's still a chance. Don't you see? It's a diabolical trap. It's impossible for anyone to reach me. These wires are connected to the bows on the wall. The slightest touch will release the arrows in every direction, and anyone nearby will be killed. Nobody can stop the mechanism that operates. The spider. It has poison in its claws. I'll be killed the moment it reaches me. Now it's hopeless.
Watch out, Rick.
Don't do it, Rick. You'll be killed. I tell you, it's hopeless. Don't do it, Rick. Leave me. It's no use. Please don't come any closer. You're mad to risk your life like this.
Rick!
Rick, your jacket's caught! Oh. It's all over for me. It's the end for all of us. Give up, Rick. It's no use. It's too late.
Organuyo. Organuyo. What a horrible death. I've got to get her down from here. Edith, go find the others. Hurry up. You've got to get out of the castle at once. At once.
No, no, Rick, no. Not without you.
Do what I tell you. Go away, Edith. Go away. Don't worry about me. Dermot will be back here soon with the police.
It's no use. We've been locked in.
No! What'll we do?
Max! Max, what's happening? Where are the others?
I don't know, but don't lose your head. Just come on down here. Go and tell Rick that we need him.
All right.
We have to get out of here.
Rick! Rick, all the doors are locked. We can't get out.
Keep calm, Edith. We'll make it somehow. Just a minute. Edith! Edith!
Don't come any nearer. Don't touch me.
You were the murderer. Now I know it, Travis. How could you? You're a monster! A monster! Oh! Oh!
You no longer mean anything to me. Even though I missed you when I abandoned the world. I was forced to retreat to this castle. Mankind is made up of inferior creatures, spiritually and physically deformed, who would have corrupted the harmony of my perfect body. I came to the isolation of this castle to avoid the contagion of human sentiment. And a woman's love would have destroyed me. It's because of that I abandoned you.
Travis, you've lost your sanity. You're an egotist, obsessed with your sick thoughts.
You're wrong, Edith. Last night I had a moment of weakness because of you. When I first caught sight of you, And I said you could stay, together with your friends. But that was a mistake. I know of only one who was never overcome by weakness. The Crimson Executioner. He despised your world. As passionately as I do. Look at him. Look at him. His magnificent body was preserved intact through all these centuries undisturbed. His spirit lives in me, and I'll continue his mission of vengeance. This is the sacred duty I've sworn to. We're alike. Now that you have profaned his tomb and broken the seal that imprisoned his great spirit, his power has been released at last. And his noble crusade against sin lives again through me. Yes, the black fire of the long-awaited vengeance is here. And your friends cannot escape. The Crimson Executioner has passed judgment. And now, last, you'll witness the glory of his return. And you'll pay just like the others.
Travis! Don't do it! Come back!
Wow, this Bloody Pit of Horror, it's quite a movie, isn't it? Did you see all the torture that was going on there? Okay, what are you doing, Sapo?
Who is the Sapo of whom you speak? I am the future flatulator!
The future flatulator?
Yes, the future flatulator, flatulate, to use a whip!
I don't think that's the word you're looking for. I think it's...
Well, regardless of the word...
Flagellator.
Flagellator. Well, I am the future flagellator, I tell you. I've been speaking on the phone to this man, Dick Cheney, and I realized that torture is the wave of the future. And so I have come up with some inventive ways of torture.
Oh, really? I'm going to regret this, but what have you come up with, Sapo?
First, we are going to tie prisoners down and force them to eat endless hours of spray cheese and watch, according to Jim. And if that doesn't work, we'll put them in a car with their grandparents and make them go on never-ending trips all across the country where they have to listen to show tunes and use the bathroom and empty soda bottles. And last, we will make them bathe and groom Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley, huh? The diabetes. All right. Anyway, torture. Okay. Let's just get back to Bloody Pit of Horror where we'll see some real torture, okay?
Now you'll be punished for your lechery. The Crimson Executioner will torture you. Yes, will torture you till death. That's just a small portion of the torture that awaits you. I promise you that none will escape the wrath of the Crimson Executioner. As for Rick, this is how he will die.
Why are you doing this? Why don't you let us go? What have we done to you? You're torturing innocent people. Come back to your senses. You're the owner of this castle, not the Crimson Executioner.
Oh, see, I am the Crimson Executioner.
I can't stand it anymore. Let me go.
The Crimson Executioner invented the torture of icy water for creatures like you. My vengeance needs blood. The Crimson Executioner cries out for blood. You better prepare to die, you sinner.
Edith, where are you?
You mustn't worry about me. I'm not in danger. Try to find the others if you can, Rick. They're in Anderson's hands. He took them to the dungeons. He's insane. He thinks he's the Crimson Executioner. You've got to stop him, or he'll kill them all. Hurry, Rick!
Yes, but where are you, Edith?
Watch out!
I'm not through with you yet. What more do you want with me? You're insane. You can't get away with this. Let me out of here. I'll pay you anything you want. What are you going to do now?
This fire will purify your miserable soul.
No.
You're impure. This fire will cleanse you.
No, you can't do this to me. Stop. 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 No, I don't want to die like this. No. No, let me out.
Burn. Burn.
No, I don't want to die like this. No. No, let me out.
Burn. Burn.
Mercy!
Lover of
No,
death.
I don't want to
Embrace
die.
him.
No,
Embrace him.
No.
Why do you resist?
Annie!
Now it's your turn.
Oh, Travis!
You'll pay too.
No! 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 Let me go! Stop! Let me go! Oh, Travis, don't! Don't! Oh, please stop! Oh, please let me go! Oh. You're mad! No! No! Don't do this to me!
The executioner has risen from his tomb. Your atonement has just begun.
It's done. I killed the writer.
It's not true. No! It's impossible! No!
They'll all die.
No, I can't stand this.
No, I beg you, Travis. What you're doing is insane, Travis.
Oh, my God!
The Crimson Executioner!
No! Go away! I am the Crimson Executioner!
Rick!
It's impossible. It can't be. It's impossible that he's alive, I tell you. I killed him myself. I saw him die.
It wasn't me you murdered. You hit the dead body of poor Rao. I put his corpse on the tower, and that's what your arrow hit. You'll have to try again.
Kill him! Go on! Go on! Kill him, I said!
Watch out, Rick!
My perfect body. In the poisonous clutches of the lover of death.
Rick.
body. My pure body. Has been contaminated. The body of the Crimson Executioner.
He was completely mad. Like the Crimson Executioner, Travis was obsessed with a dream of absolute purity and physical perfection. That's why he retired to the isolation of this castle. Our intrusion into his world was too much for him. And it was then that he assumed the identity of the Crimson Executioner and decided to carry out the ancient legend of revenge. His striking resemblance to the real executioner made it easy for him to believe his own hallucination.
Striking resemblance. Anderson, in his folly, created the legendary executioner in his own image. The Crimson Executioner's been dust for centuries.
It was terrible. Please take me away from this castle. It was a nightmare.
I won't write any more horror stories. The man that said life is stranger than fiction made no mistake.
Fine job. You know, somebody else could be replaced pretty easily around here. I think a new position could open up.
Hey!
Go.
What are you guys talking about?
I think I have something I may need to break to you. So
what is that?
News.
You want to get married?
No, that's no. I got some news.
Okay, I'm listening.
You know, Mittens is. Mittens! What are you doing? No, not on the rug. What are you? Oh no!
What do you want me to do?
The news is that you need to go and clean up after that werewolf. And I want you to have dinner ready exactly on time tonight.
Good thing I left somebody on a high-fiber diet. Goodbye, boss.
I guess that concludes another episode of Nightmare Theater. And as always...
Oh, man, this is a lot.
May all your dreams be nightmares.
Nickety Hargety.
Who?
Mickey Hargety.
Mickey Hargety.